the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Fourth estate the scandal bi ababeto abonten efa NPP amanyekwu recently and it was led by Manasseh Awuni Azure and Afi Sulemana Ibrahima and Professor Kwame Kakari and the bebeto abonten nina efa SML Ghana Revenue Authority and NPA Mineo Ekasen so the public procurement and so etimi abem nina yehwe anim se nka asem no yebehumu enokre na eno na yewura Paul adom okere de emu nokre ababetu edwa ekwan a Manasseh Awuni Azure efa so that scandal no ene ekwan a fraud sem etimi eba bepie mu. Does that one mean say na NDC amanyekuo na hye won achi na won yes ana yenko ti Paul adom okere na afei nso de Manasseh Azure Awuni aye no wanhwe betumi de no akopie mu ewa afiase yenko ti Paul adom okere.
Three of them that they have committed fraud. We'll show you right now. Don't go anywhere. In 5 minutes it will come. So they say here that the contract is for 10 years. You will see how fraudulent this is. That they have done something very serious and they may be ending up in court because they have taken a contract that is unknown to the Ghana Revenue Authority, it's unknown to the Ministry of Finance, and it's unknown to the contractors, SML, it's unknown to the public procurement. We'll show you all of these things and then we will show you where the fraud comes. But before we do that, we want to start the story as we did from the problem. What problem was being solved? Because we are hearing from the Fourth Estate work that Ghana Revenue Authority, that the National Petroleum Authority can solve the problem. And the National Petroleum Authority have the wherewithal, if you like, to solve the problem. So why are we bringing somebody else? That's a good question. That's a question everybody will ask. That's a relevant question. Now, how is that question answered? That question has to be answered satisfactorily so that we all know that really we need SML. Now, here it is. Let me get there. I'll come to the fraud. That's the last thing I'll do. And I'll show you that basic journalism would have required them to do something that would not have allowed them to publish a fraudulent document. Completely fraudulent. I'll show you. The most basic thing that the Fourth Estate should have done, the most basic thing that the Fourth Estate shouldn't have gotten wrong is at least the tenure of the contract. Because the Fourth Estate said the contract is for 10 years. And we went to the people and said, our contract is for 5 years. Then the next day after our show, maybe the next day and a half, Fourth Estate publishes the contract without saying they are responding to anything. They publish what it is, which shows that the contract is 10 years. So they do this publication here. And the publication also has the signatures. You know, it has the signature page of the people who signed it. So people are saying to us that, but you said the thing is 5 years, but the people, they say it's 10 years. And I'm going to show you the fraud they've committed. So this is this, and this is the original contract. Okay, so the controversial place is on the same page, I believe, page 13 and 14. Here is the Manasseh fraudulent one, where they said that this is the official one. Sorry, this is the official one. This is the Manasseh fraudulent one. So the official one is says that, let me go to the page. Okay, so the official contract is here. So this is the two papers. This is Manasseh and Suleiman Brahma and Kwame Kaikai's paper. This is the official contract. And I'm saying again that this contract is what the Ministry of Finance has. 5 years signed. It is what the GRA has. It is what SML have, and it is what the Public Procurement Authority have. I'll come to a very final conclusion about why it is very poor journalistic work. But let's stay with this one. Official contract is here, it's 5 years. Manasseh contract is here, it says 10 years. It appears that it's a Manasseh wedding. Please put it on. Put it on, let people see it. Let's read it carefully. It says, the contract shall commence on the effective date and shall continue in effect for a period of 10 years from the effective date, unless terminated as provided in this contractor. Have you seen it? Provided for in this contractor. Extended. Instead of the word contract, they put the word contractor there. Criminals. That's what they did. Because they were forging in their documents, call him and I say you should watch the program and see his folly. Because they were forging, they use the word, what is the meaning of provided for in this contractor? Who signs a contract with this typo? Who does that? This is false and it's fake and it's fraudulent and criminal. That's what they've done. This is what we've been talking about every day. You see the criminal journalism they are doing. They went to take some paper, typed it because they were desperate to show that the contract is 10 years. And they came to put it there that the contract is effective for 10 years. And they have the word contractor. This is the original one. This contract shall commence on the effective date and shall continue in effect for an initial term of 5 years from the effective date unless terminated as provided for in this contract, which is normal. Many contract lawyers will understand that's very normal. Now here, this contract shall commence on the effective date, same, and shall continue in effect for a period of 5 years from the effective date unless terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended by mutual agreement between the parties. There's nothing like that here. 5 years unless terminated as provided for in this contract. Full stop. They say provided for in this contractor. Extended by mutual agreement between terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended by mutual. What are they even saying? 10 years from the effective date unless terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended by mutual agreement between the parties. What is the meaning of this word? It is in Manasseh's document here. Where is it? It is here. It is here. Extended by mutual agreement between the parties. It's here. Put this one on. Let them see. This one. You can expand it a little bit. I can expand it here. Okay. Let me see whether I can expand. I've expanded it. Please bring it back to me. Yes. Okay. So this is it. The contract shall commence on the effective date and shall continue in effect for a period of 10 years from effective date unless terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended, what is the meaning of contractor extended by mutual agreement between the parties? When I say they have cerebral weaknesses, people fight with me. Cerebral weaknesses, please, timer, focus on the comparison between these two. Very important. When I say that they have cerebral weaknesses, people don't understand it. People think I'm talking too much. People think I'm the only one who went, I think I'm the only one who went to Presec. No, I'm not the only one who went to Presec. There are a lot of people there. But look at this. Is that the journalism that Ghana deserves? Is this the kind of journalism that, this fraudulent criminal journalism, is that what Ghana deserves? Professor Kwame Kaikari, you have worked at the University of Ghana for that long. This is the disgraceful thing that you are supporting. This embarrassing, disgraceful thing. Suleiman Brahma and Manasseh, this is the disgraceful thing you do. Please put the paper again. Take their pictures or put it. Let viewers see it. Let the children see it so they learn. They don't do that. They come and write. What English is this? Professor Kwame Kaikari, PhD in communication. This is the English that you support. This kind of horrible writing. What is this? Because they are faking. Look at what they presented. So this is the contract. This is the sentences that GRA presided over, Ministry of Finance presided over, SML presided over, Public Procurement Authority presided over. This language. You see how criminal they are? Desperate to show that they have done something. Up. Quickly, they didn't even read. Manasseh, when you were putting this on your page, did you read it? You've been to journalism school. You've been to other schools. Did you read the English? Did you read it? What does it mean? Contractor. It says, unless terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended, what is the meaning of contractor extended by mutual agreement between parties? What does it mean? What does it mean? Suleiman Brahma, Professor Kwame Kaikari and Manasseh Azure. What does this English mean? What does it mean? And shamefully, they put their fourth estate logo there. What does this English mean? What does it mean? This is crime. This is criminal. They should all be found and interviewed by the National Media Commission. This is criminal. This is the crimes that they commit in Ghana, in the kind of journalism they practice, which I have been critical of forever. I catch you. Journalism is an intellectual exercise. We have said it forever. Read. Because they don't read. Look at the English. Contract, unless terminated as provided for in this contractor. Extended by, what is extended by mutual agreement between the parties? I am sure that they were cut and pasting from some contracts. Or the person who did the work for them, let me just be fair to them. Just maybe, they were unaware. Because that kind of journalism, somebody gives them something to go and see. So they gave it to them. They gave it to Manasseh, that the thing is 10 years, publish. This is false. It is fake, and it is a crime for Professor Kwame Kaikari to be associated with this. And those who sit on radio and talk, some guy on radio, on Asasi radio, Tommy Mairi or Tommy Yiri or something, talking some total hogwash as if he doesn't understand what he's saying. A whole business reporter that, oh, what Manasseh has showed, there's no way SML can come out of it. I don't know whether he has seen this. Mr. Tommy Mairi, have you seen this? It's on Manasseh's page. God, I hope he doesn't delete it. It's on his page. Manasseh is on his page. This is what he put there. This is his evidence of the thing being 10 years. And look at the language. It said, unless it's terminated, provided for in this contractor, extended by mutual agreement between the parties. This is what Manasseh put on his page as being evidence that the contract was 10 years when it was said that it was 5 years. Now, I'm going to go to the PPA one. Wait, first of all, let me show them this. So this is the original one. This is the correct one. The contract shall commence effective date and shall continue in effect for an initial term of 5 years from the effective date unless terminated by according to this contract, etc. And that's what this is. The next one. For the avoidance of doubt, the transaction audits and downstream petroleum audits are hereby amended to run, okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what's here. Renewal. Not later than 120 days before the expiry of the initial term of the contract, SML shall, by written notice to the client, notify client about pending expiration of the term and request that the parties enter into discussion to negotiate the renewal terms of a further 5-year term accordingly, no later than 30 days. Now here, the people say that they want to, it's a 5-year contract and they will renegotiate the next 5 years. In the Manasseh one, they say something very terrible here in the renewal. Anybody who knows anything about contracts will see that this is very terrible. Let's read it. Renewal. It says not later than 120 days before the expiration of the contract, SML shall, by written notice to client, notify client about the pending expiration of the term and request that the parties enter into discussions to determine if this contract will be renewed. And if so, to negotiate such renewal accordingly, no later than. Now, this is where you catch them. This is where you catch the thieves. Let me show you. When people are going into a contract, and everybody knows that, you go into a contract for 2 years, you know that if it's renewed, it will be renewed for 2 years, or it will be renewed for 3 years, because this is a capital intensive, you need to plan. Nobody, no lawyer is going to accept a contract whose renewal terms are nebulous. We have a contract for 10 years, as they say. We come for renewal for how many years? You see, they are so blockheaded. What is this? At least they have lawyer friends. Call the lawyer friend and say, look at this contract. No lawyer will do this contract. That the renewal term is nebulous. We have a contract for 10 years. It will be renewed. We don't know how many years. We just go for renewal. If we go for renewal and the person says 1 year, then it's 1 year. It's capital intensive. You have to plan for it. You have to invest in it because they don't understand these things. I don't know whether Kwame Kaikari at his level, he should understand this. Professor Kwame Kaikari at his level should know this. Suleiman Brahma will not know it. I can forgive him. Manasseh will not know it. I can forgive him. Kwame Kaikari cannot be forgiven. A man who could have been vice chancellor of the university, Professor Kwame Kaikari, he could have been vice chancellor of Legon. A man who could have been vice chancellor is supporting this crass work of journalism, and he calls himself an icon of journalism. We all thought he was an icon of journalism. This is the most disgraceful thing Kwame Kaikari has done. The most disgraceful thing he has done is this. Professor Kwame Kaikari, a man who could have become vice chancellor of the university. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't he have lawyers who can tell him that this is wrong? No lawyer. Which lawyer is going to sign this renewal term that is empty? You don't know how many years you are renewing for. Never mind the fraud they've committed here with the very porous language they add. What is this? Contractor for they are so criminal-minded. And the people who send them are criminal-minded too. That's what they do because they don't read. They don't believe journalism is an intellectual exercise. They think journalism is police work. So they're going to catch people. Look at how they've disgraced themselves. Then they come and say, Manasseh comes on Good Morning Ghana and he has effrontery to talk. I wish that I could have texted Randy Abbey some questions at the time they were doing the interview. He has effrontery to talk. He is talking. Look at what he's put across. Okay, let's come to the last bit. Let's come to before we talk to the guy. This is the public procurement approval, the PPA approval. So if you are a journalist and you are investigating something, you know that in Ghana, please, they should give me the PPA law, the section that says that certain contracts in Ghana must go to the PPA. So you're a journalist, you are investigating, is that it? Okay, Section 40 of the Public Procurement Act, single source procurement. A procurement entity may engage in single source procurement under Section 41 with the approval of the board of the PPA. So if you are a journalist, you know that this kind of SML contract that you are investigating, it will go to PPA. So when you are told that the contract was for 10 years, and some other people who you don't pay much attention to, like Good Evening Ghana people, are saying that the contract is 5 years, you just go to the PPA. So you ask yourself, what did PPA approve? The PPA approval is a public document. In any case, these are the people who are apostles of RTI. Why didn't the Fourth Estate use RTI to write to the Minister for Finance and the GRA and demand the contract? Professor Kwame Kaikari, you should have told them that after all, they know how to write RTI a lot. They are always writing RTI. So why didn't they write RTI on this occasion? Because of their evil deeds in their head. They knew that RTI will expose them. The same RTI that they helped to build. They knew that the RTI will expose them. So they do such crass work and put it out for general public, and people are sympathizing with it. They should have gone to RTI for RTI to tell them that, look, this is the contract. Ask Ministry of Finance, can you produce the contract between you and SML? It would have been provided. And look at what they've done here. So this is the PPA work. This is the PPA document. And it's as follows. It says that request for approval to use single source procurement method to further engage strategic mobilization, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it says, we refer to your letter dated so and so, at the 46th board meeting of the 5th PPA board held on Wednesday, 20th September, the board granted approval for Ghana River to use the single source sourcing as 63 to re-engage Messrs. SML for the expansion of the scope of work, including upstream petroleum, blah, 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 now in yellow. Monitoring for a duration of 5 years. PPA approved 5 years. So if you are Manasseh Azure and you found that the contract is 10 years, immediately there's been a violation of the PPA approval. That's where your story is. That's where your stories are. If you're a journalist and you believe that you don't need camera on your body and you don't need to have camera all over your body, and you are doing the analysis of the documents, you just pick the PPA section 40. They are supposed to go to PPA. Okay, the contract is 10 years. They are saying it's 5. What did PPA approve? PPA approved 5 years. So if PPA approved 5 years, any contract that is 10 years that has been signed by Ken Ofori-Atta is a contract that has not obeyed PPA and is therefore a contract that is null and void. If there is one. They didn't even avert their minds to that. They didn't know that when you are investigating a contract, you have to check the PPA angle. PPA is here. It's a public document. PPA said 5 years. They approved 5 years. And you insist that the contract was 10 years when PPA approved 5 years. Are you in Ghana? Don't you understand how the system works? Is that what a journalist is doing to teach other people? A journalist who doesn't understand how PPA works and then he wants to investigate contracts? But there are many lawyers. Now there are a lot of lawyers in Ghana and they will all support you. When we are looking at this, we are talking to lawyers. We are talking to different people. Those who have been in the industry before. People we know who have been doing petroleum. We call them and ask them. You have to put all that together before you can come to the public. And you don't come and commit this kind of fraudulent act where you come and fake a document. That's fraudulent. And the people who are in charge of the documents must now be gathering their lawyers and be asking the Fourth Estate questions and bring them to book for their fraudulent behavior. That's what it has happened. That's what has happened. That's what is here. It's the PPA work. Put that back, their fraud paper there. Let me deal with it finally, and then let's call somebody who understands the system for 5 minutes. And this is their fraudulent work. Please, viewers, take a picture of this. I'm ready. Let's 1, 2, 3. Take a photo. Okay, let me stand well. No, put me in. But let me stand here. Take a photo of this. Please take a. Okay, let me stand here. Take another. Am I blocking it? Oh, no, it's better. This place is better. Please take a photo of. Viewers, take your camera. Take a photo. Crack. One. Another one. Crack. Okay, let me do my head well. Another one. Crack. Correct. This is their fraud. Fourth Estate. Fraudulent people. They go and call themselves Fourth Estate. Look at what they are doing. When they are put under pressure, you see their fraud. Because I said here that the contract was 5 years, and that's basic. They should have known. So quickly they come and say the contract was 10 years. Look at the language they've used. 10 years, where's the thing? They say that effective dates, unless the contract term, that's provided for in this contractor. Provided for in this contractor. A typo that was not seen by GRA, it was not seen by that, not seen by that. In any case, PPA approved 5 years. This is the fraud of Fourth Estate. That is all we wanted to say today. The fraud. We're not even going to touch on this today. But they came out and pretended that we have done something wrong because Manasseh spoke a lot. and he talks as if he's looking for sympathy. I don't know why they all do that. Can't you make your case without looking for sympathy? They always do that as if they are begging, they are looking for sympathy, something like that. Meanwhile, you've committed fraud and you're covering it up with sympathy. Fraud, this is criminal. This is what they've done. This is how they always end up. This is how they will all, because they are evil people. They are evil. The Bible says that many are the decisions in a man's heart, but it is the counsel of Jehovah that shall stand. It's in the Bible. Many are the decisions in the hearts of men, but it is the counsel of Jehovah that shall stand. That is what is happening to them. The counsel of Jehovah is standing. So their fraud is coming out. They didn't even notice. And this document came from they themselves. It's on Manasseh's page. He put a document there without reading it. A journalist, investigative journalist, he put such a sensitive, important document to make his case. He didn't read it. Look at the language. Look at the horrible language in it. And Kwame Kaikai, a man who could have become vice chancellor of the university, look at what he's supporting. This fraud is what he's dealing with. This fraud of Suleiman Brahma and Manasseh Azure. This is what he's dealing with. This fraud is what he's dealing with. Now they should come back. And they shouldn't say they won't come back. They have to come back. We are continuing till we get to the bottom of this matter. If I am perpetrating fraud, it will be seen. If they are perpetrating fraud, it will be seen. They shouldn't pretend like they pretended with the Volta River Authority when they were told there's no contract. They ran away.